As Master Wilhelm said, we are thinking on the basis of planes. And what we need are more eyes. Just like in the lecture hall, jars of eyeballs abound.
And a brain? What?
Does kind of look like a brain. Although that's just a cloth tile.
Okay, good.
They're like sealed in wax or something, because you don't want your eyeballs to go stale. No one likes a stale, crunchy eyeball.
They're not eating them, they're attaching it to their ring.
This just opens the other side of Bergensworth, for you. I think around here there should be a chest. Yeah. Here we are. And what do we find in the chest? A pearl slug. It's your losing our chance. One of the strange life forms that reside in the nooks and crannies of the old labyrinth, the slugs are clear signs of the left behind great ones. Did we talk about left behind great ones yet?
We talked about Abrius, and she looks kind of like a slug.
Yeah, so, we haven't run into Abritus yet, or dealt with Abritus. But the pearl slug here, left behind great ones, implies there was some event of ascension for the Great Ones, even within their own. I wonder if this at some point was supposed to open somewhere. You can't open it, but I wonder if it led to the lecture hall that is now, like, in the other realm. But yeah, it implies that there was some sort of ascension event, and that some of the Great Ones didn't go with the others. And Abritus is referred to as the left behind Great One in some of the lore text. And Abritus is the one that the choir make contact with. Got a note over here. When the red moon hangs low, the line between man and beast is blurred. And when the Great Ones descend, a womb will be blessed with child. Okay? So, basically, this red moon, which I don't know we're going to trigger, we might just be able to see. Okay? The reason I say that is there is some lore texts that talk about the spider hiding things, hiding all manner of ritual secrets. I think we encountered that note. Feels like we have. Making sure there's nothing over here before I go hit this chest. And so that, some of the lore implies that the Rom, is hiding, and we get our first student uniform. Oh no, we had one. Now we get the fancy one. Yeah, the trousers don't change. We just picked up the uniform of the students of Bergenworth, a bygone Institute of Learning. Features a thick cape, so we get the cape version. The Healing Church has its roots in Bergenworth and naturally borrows heavily in its design. The focus not on knowledge or thought, but on pure pretension, would surely bring Master Wilhelm to despair if he only knew. And we talked about this when we got the other one without the cape. So yeah, so Rom, she, and this is she, at least that's what it was referred to by Miyazaki, the game designer, may just simply be blocking, that door I walked past over there, I didn't go in, is locked, so I didn't go up to it. May just be blocking the fact that the moon is low and red. Right? That may be going on anyway. And when we fight Rom and eliminate and kill Rom, all of a sudden that secret is no longer a secret now, right? Yeah, I knew you were up here, dude. You're not gonna fool me. This time. Up here, we get an empty phantasm shell. This is the thing that the hunter was casting with the tentacles? No, that was the Augur of Ibris. That was the tentacle cast that we saw there. Yeah, so this is where we got the text for summon to partially summon abandon Abritus, right? And that's Abritus is the Left Behind. Empty invertebrate cell is said to be a familiar of a Great One. The Healing Church had discovered a great variety of inburdens, or phantasms as they are called. Shells with slime still harbor arcane power and can be rubbed on weapons to imbue them with their strength. So there is no arcane paper in the game. You use Quicksilver bullets, and you use the Phantasm Shell to imbue your weapon with arcane power.
Did you grab the key?
I grabbed the key.
Okay.
I don't think I talked about grabbing the key, but I did on the way in. The Lunarium key. Key to the Lunarium, facing the lake on the second floor of Burienworth. In his final years, Master Wilhelm was fond of the lookout and the rocking chair that he kept there for meditation. In the end, it is said he left his secret with the lake. So that is not so obvious clue 1. And remember, we've already seen the runes talk about hiding things in great bodies of water. And no one can find Rom. The Great One, he either turned someone into that was a former student, or he summoned. Unfortunately for Wilhelm here, and this is Wilhelm, we get some insight. There's clue number 2. He points to the lake beneath the moon. Maybe he's pointing at the moon. No, not quite. No, he's pointing at the edge. This is all he can do now. So, before I jump into the fight with Rom, which is done by going over the edge here, you run up and dive into the lake here. Master Wilhelm has basically linked his mind with Rom. But Rom's full description is Rom the vacuous spider. And vacuous as in vacuum, as in nothing. As in mindless. So, congratulations, you managed to get a Great One. But it has an empty mind, and you've linked your mind with it. So now you're sort of stuck in doing that. Unfortunately, when we kill Rom, it doesn't do anything for him. He will always stay like this. And I've said all this to rationalize this. He drops the eye rune. Secret symbol left by Carol, runesmith of Bergensworth. A transcription of I, as spoken by Left Behind Great Ones. Allows one to make additional discoveries. What that actually means is it ups the odds of getting better drops from enemies. Okay? So if you're trying to get, like, bloodstone chunks to drop, you want to equip the eye runes. Eyes symbolize the truth Master Wilhelm sought in his research. Disillusioned by the limits of human intellect, Master Wilhelm looked to beings from higher planes for guidance, and sought to line his brain with eyes in order to elevate his thoughts. Well, let's go. You know, I'm going to keep bolt paper up, because that's...
Wait.
I don't...
You need your bullets, don't you? Or do you not want bullets?
Not really.
Okay.
What I need to equip... I don't need a torch. is a wooden shield. Remember I told you there's going to be points in the game where the wooden shield is actually useful? This is one of them. The wooden shield can actually be useful in this fight. And the wooden shield can also block that starburst, the arcane bullets that get shot at you sometimes. The wooden shield can be used to block those sometimes. Alright. Let's do it. Now, Rom is one of the 2 bosses in the game that aren't bothered by you approaching it. Hello, Rom. You can run all around Rom. Rom doesn't hurt you. Looks like cold-blooded flower buds are growing on Rom. It's kind of interesting. But Rom is just happy to sit here. We will actually have to start the attack. And that just highlights to me that Rom is used to being around people. Master Wilhelm probably brought students to study Rom, hidden as we are beneath the lake in this special zone. So we don't want to hit Rom in the head. The harder rock of its head takes a lot less damage than the fleshy bits back here. One thing that is interesting, the fleshy bits back here bleed red. If I was to hit her in the head, it bleeds clear. So that again, there's another big piece of why Rom may not actually be a great one. And that'll be in the item that Rom drops. So with that, I can lock onto Rom. Best thing to do is sort of start right about here. I feel so bad doing this, but it has to be done. Now Rom summons in things to protect it. It's one of the bosses that don't actually directly fight you. It's kind of interesting in that respect. It really just has protection. Methods.
You had 0 insight. It wouldn't summon anything at all.
Really?
Yes, it says so in the book if you had...
So when Rom does, in the second mode here, Rom does this attack,
somewhere.
The shield will actually lessen the damage a little bit of that if you get hit by it. Alright, I'm gonna get away when she's rolling like that, because she's gonna summon. I gotta watch out for these little spiders, they'll kill me quick. Just like that. Alright, I'm trying to lure the spiders away a bit. Oh, wow. Alright, I'm hitting Rom in the face just to get her to back up. Man, this is going poorly. Jeez, the little spiders are everywhere. I gotta get Rom to port. I gotta get Rom to teleport. Teleport, Rom. Teleport, Rom. There we go. Okay. I just want Rom to teleport away so that I'll be away from this current batch of spiders. I did not know that about the 0, Okay, get back while Rom does that. No, no, no. Alright, gotta get away. Damn it, Rom. Not through the spiders. By the way, if you haven't figured out with me using the bolt paper, electric is a really good weapon. Don't want to be fighting you on the head. Come on, no spiders, no spiders, no spiders. Come on. Big bucks, no whammies, stop. Damn it, Rom. Now, one thing I do know is you can kill Rom and die to the spiders, and it's okay. And then you get this cutscene. I was standing right next to her, otherwise I would have been able to walk up to her. That's Queen Yharnam. And that's the Blood Moon. And the baby is Murgo. And that's us crumbling under the weight of all that. Alright. Took down Rom. Took down the Shadows of Yharnam. I'm feeling pretty good about all of that. Because of the freaking cutscene, we didn't get to see that Rom dropped the Kin Cold Blood.
Oh.
I wonder if it'll still be up on our screen.
It should be.
So, Ritual Secret Broken. Seek the Nightmare Newborn.
What is above you?
Well, that's Amygdala.
Oh.
One of the Amygdalas, not the one I killed, obviously, but...
Yeah.
This is the area where the Tonsil Stone was. So I got a kid in Cold Blood. Cold Blood of inhuman kin of the cosmos, brethren of the Great Ones. So that's what Rom drops. And that's another side that Rom may not actually be a true Great One, in the sense that Amygdala and the others are, but somehow a hybrid between them. Well, we're gonna go light the candle. Maybe, if I run the right way. Yeah, he will still attempt. Amygdala does what Amygdala does. We are back in Yahar'gul, the unseen village, and notice how they just kind of came up like that. This is the first time we've ever seen enemies summoned. Right? Like they spawn in.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, bunch of frickin' Amygdalas all over Yahar'gul. Didn't we read something about how they like to be close to, the Amygdalas like to be close to the ones strong in blood or something? That's why they hang around the Odin Chapel, and... I feel like that is something we discussed.
It's not
or something
discussed,
led to
but
that.
I think that's...
I could be wrong.
It's something I read as well, but... It might have been in the 90-page thesis paper.
It might have been in the thesis document. I just don't know what the lore and game was for that. Because, I mean, but they do. They hang around Odin Chapel. They hang around, Whoa, I'm just trying to look at the area. It's the first time we see one of these cages.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a torture device. I mean, look, he's not tortured, right? He's not strapped in or anything. That's sort of... So Yahar'gul is setting up to get to the Nightmare of Mensis. And this is sort of like the most perverse use, the most greedy use of Great One's knowledge, pursued for self-gain. And this is an extreme version of covering your eyes. This is sort of depriving all senses and supposedly also acts as an antenna to communicate with Great Ones. We'll get more info on that later. But we're not actually going to head too far into Yahar Gul just yet. We've triggered some other events in the world we can go do now, because we have the Blood Moon. I want to show you that... There he is. He's respawned. This is the guy that jumped out at me. And if I go up to the top, I think, you'll see these guys have also respawned. Also note, they'll give me no blood echoes. Right? They give you blood echoes the first time you kill them, but subsequent kills do not yield you blood echoes. And that's kind of signifying that they're not exactly real. They're sort of summoned bits and summoned by the bell-ringing women we'll find later in the area. But we have an event we can do. So next time when we come back, we're gonna take care of some events that only happen once we have the Red Moon.